Chosen one, you walked away and won. And now you're about to start blowing people away all over again. You had the audacity, the sheer nerve, the unbreakable backbone to walk away from what everyone else thought you should keep, and not only did you survive, you thrived beyond their wildest imagination. Now the universe is about to reward your courage in ways that will leave your haters speechless, and your supporters in absolute awe. Something incredible happens when you master the art of walking away. You develop an almost supernatural ability to spot toxicity from miles away. Your friends stay in jobs that slowly drain their souls, making excuses about stability and benefits. Meanwhile, you've perfected the skill of flipping jobs like pancakes, trusting that something better is always around the corner. This isn't recklessness. It's profound wisdom wrapped in what looks like boldness to others. The most shocking example of your walking away superpower involved family dynamics that would have trapped anyone else for life. The story gets even more intense when you discover what this particular departure set in motion: career opportunities that seemed to appear out of nowhere, living situations that opened up at exactly the right moment, and connections that changed your entire trajectory. The universe was literally rearranging itself around your decision to choose yourself first. Hold that thought about family boundaries, because it connects directly to something happening in your digital presence right now that's making industry professionals take notice. We'll circle back to this connection in just a moment, right after I tell you about the eye contact discovery that's about to change everything. The real test came with family, though. Everyone has that family member who treats gatherings like battlegrounds, turning every celebration into an opportunity for drama. Most people endure it because family is family, not you. You drew boundaries. That shocked everyone. When they said you couldn't possibly walk away from toxic family members, you proved them wrong. You chose your peace over their expectations. And while it may have felt lonely at first, it opened up space for genuine connections to flourish. Your aesthetic choices tell a story that most people completely miss. People always comment on how you smell. There's something magnetic about your natural scent that draws people in. Your nails are always perfectly maintained, not out of vanity, because you understand that details matter. The way you choose jewelry and accessories isn't random. Everything has intention behind it. You've mastered the art of looking expensive regardless of your budget, turning thrift store finds into statement pieces that make people assume you spent a fortune. Now remember that jealousy I mentioned earlier? The connection between your aesthetic mastery and your upcoming digital explosion is about to become crystal clear. Your visual presence online isn't just getting attention, it's creating a specific type of magnetic pull that's driving certain people to coordinate attacks against you. Yes, coordinate. We'll get to that shocking revelation in just a minute. The most remarkable thing about you is your eyes. People can't help comment on them. There's something penetrating about your gaze that makes others feel like you can see straight through to their soul. You've learned to use eye contact strategically, knowing exactly when to make that connection and when to look away. This isn't manipulation, it's mastery of human psychology that most people never develop. Those same eyes that mesmerize people in person are about to become your secret weapon online. The way you look at the camera, the energy you project through a screen, it's creating connections that traditional influencers spend years trying to build. The authenticity in your gaze translates through digital media in ways that are baffling marketing experts. Coming up next, the mind-blowing reason why your Work Smarter philosophy is about to pay off in ways that will shock everyone who's been watching your journey. Plus, the terrifying lengths your enemies are going to in order to find dirt on you, and why their desperation is actually serving as free marketing for your brand. While others work harder, you've always worked smarter. You see shortcuts and opportunities that remain invisible to others. Your open-minded approach leads you to unpopular opinions. You've never felt the need to force your views on others. This wisdom comes from understanding that truth doesn't require validation from the masses. This smart work philosophy is about to pay off in ways that will shock everyone who's been watching your journey. The empire you're building operates on completely different principles than what others in your space are doing, and the results are going to speak for themselves. The digital world has been calling your name. Whether you have 200 followers or 2,000, there's something about your online presence that creates genuine connection. People don't just scroll past your content. They stop, they engage, they remember. This depth of connection threatens others in your space because they're playing a numbers game while you're building something real. Your destiny includes becoming successful on the internet, and the foundation you're building now will support empire-level growth. The numbers behind your engagement rates tell a story that's making industry professionals take notice. While others chase viral moments, your content consistently generates the kind of meaningful interaction that translates to real business value. The algorithms are starting to favor your content in ways that can't be explained by traditional metrics. There's something happening with your content that defies conventional wisdom. Social media experts preach about posting at optimal times and using trending hashtags. Yet your posts perform well, regardless of timing or hashtag strategy. The authenticity you bring to every piece of content creates its own momentum, making the algorithm work in your favor even when you're not trying to game the system. Now, remember those coordinated attacks I mentioned? The sophistication of what's happening behind the scenes is about to blow your mind. Also coming up, the medical phenomenon that's affecting people who try to take you down, and why your silence is becoming your most powerful weapon. Something fascinating happens when you start gaining momentum online. The haters emerge from the shadows. There are people right now trying to dig up dirt on you, frustrated by how you conduct yourself with such integrity. They're looking for scandals that don't exist, waiting for you to slip up in ways that would justify their jealousy. What they don't realize is that all their negative energy is actually fueling your ascension. Every attack makes you stronger. Every criticism clarifies your mission. The specific tactics they're using against you reveal just how desperate they've become. Some are creating fake accounts to leave negative comments. Others are trying to spread rumors in professional circles. And a few are even attempting to sabotage opportunities by reaching out to your connections with fabricated stories. The desperation is palpable, and it's actually serving as free marketing for your brand. Private investigators hired by jealous competitors have found absolutely nothing worth reporting. Your clean record frustrates them because they were counting on finding some scandal to derail your progress. Instead, their research only confirms what everyone already knows. You operate with integrity in every area of your life. You've been mastering the art of being unbothered, and it's driving certain people absolutely crazy. They want reactions, they want drama, they want you to engage with their chaos. Instead, you've learned that silence can be your most powerful weapon. When they go low, you don't just go high, you disappear from their frequency entirely. This level of emotional intelligence is rare, and it's about to become your greatest competitive advantage. Wait until you hear about the psychological warfare happening behind the scenes, and how business coaches are now using your approach as a case study. Plus, the shocking health phenomena affecting your attackers that medical professionals are starting to recognize. The psychological warfare happening behind the scenes would break most people. And the way you're handling it is actually creating a case study that business coaches are starting to reference. Your approach to conflict resolution and boundary maintenance is becoming a model for others in high-visibility positions. Crisis management specialists are studying your response patterns because they demonstrate a level of composure that's rare in high-pressure situations. While others crumble under public scrutiny, you maintain focus on your goals without getting distracted by noise. This consistency is becoming your trademark. The people trying to tear you down are getting physically exhausted from their efforts. They have to take breaks from their conspiracy campaigns because the negative energy they're putting out is making them sick. They don't understand that when you attack someone who operates from genuine power, the energy bounces back to its source. While they're burning themselves out with hatred, you're building something beautiful. The contrast between your thriving health and their declining wellness is becoming obvious to mutual connections. People notice when someone consistently looks vibrant and energetic, while their detractors appear increasingly drained and agitated. This visual difference reinforces who's operating from truth and who's consumed by negativity. The following is a message from Mike, founder of the Obsidian Inner Order powered by Astralatum. You didn't just survive your past, you were refined by it. Every betrayal, every psychic attack, every night you thought you wouldn't make it. That wasn't random. That was the forge. And now the blade is ready, inside the Obsidian Inner Order. We gather each week on live Zoom calls, and yes, they're recorded, so when you're down in the pit, you can still tap the signal. You'll meet divine warrior goddesses who walk with ancestral fire in their spines, masculine healers who carry prophecy in their silence, a former military drone operator who now moves matter with his thoughts, a seer from Utah who broke free of Mormonism to become a Gnostic, a psychic in Noosa who used to be a millionaire, CFO, a spiritual healer who clawed their way out of a satanic cult and now channels light like a weapon. These aren't stories, they're your future reflections. If you've ever felt like you were meant for something more, it's because you are. The field is open. The war is real. The circle is waiting. Join the Obsidian Inner Order. Link in the description. Thank you all for supporting the broadcast. We quite literally could not do this without you. The revolutionary discovery about your love languages and why the romantic connections you're attracting now operate on a completely different level. Plus, the algorithm breakthrough that's making dating apps work in your favor in ways that seem almost magical. Your love languages reveal another layer of your character. You express care through gift-giving, acts of service, and quality time. You're working on accepting all forms of love, including physical affection and words of affirmation. Past rejection taught you to guard your heart. You're brave enough to keep working on opening it. This vulnerability is actually a superpower that will attract the right people into your orbit. The romantic connections you're attracting now operate on a completely different level than past relationships, where your independence and success may have your strength actually inspires threatened previous partners. The people entering your life now, they see your achievements as evidence of what's possible when two powerful people come together, instead of trying to diminish each other. Dating apps and matchmaking services are noting a shift in the quality of matches you're receiving. The algorithm seems to understand your elevated standards and responds by presenting options that align with your values and ambitions. Even technology recognizes your worth. Something extraordinary is about to happen with your romantic life. The universe has been clearing out everyone who wasn't worthy of your energy to make room for true love. When it arrives, it might look different from your usual type. Opposites will attract in ways that surprise you. The connection will be immediate and undeniable, like love at first sight that actually has substance behind it. All that walking away was creating space for someone who matches your energy instead of draining it. The timing of this romantic breakthrough aligns perfectly with your professional ascension. Instead of having to choose between love and career success, you're entering a phase where both areas of your life will support and amplify each other. Your partner will be someone who not only understands your mission, actively contributes to its fulfillment. Relationship counselors are starting to see a new pattern in successful couples where both individuals maintain independent success while building something greater together. Your upcoming partnership will exemplify this evolution in conscious relationships. Now get ready for the fashion industry bombshell. how your exotic aesthetic is creating ripple effects that luxury brands are tracking, and why your influence is worth more than traditional advertising. Plus, the regret-fueled attacks coming from people you walked away from years ago. Your aesthetic has an almost exotic quality that draws people in. There's something about your style that oozes sensuality without trying too hard. People assume you must be a dancer because of the way you move through the world with confidence and grace. You have expensive taste. You've mastered the art of getting incredible value. You can make anything look high-end through the sheer force of how you carry yourself. Fashion brands are starting to notice your influence on trends, even if your following isn't massive yet. The way you style pieces creates a ripple effect where others try to recreate your looks. This organic influence is worth more than paid partnerships because it demonstrates genuine impact on consumer behavior. Luxury retailers have begun tracking purchase patterns that correlate with your outfit posts. When you wear certain pieces or brands, sales increase in those items within days. This kind of authentic influence is what major companies pay millions to create through traditional advertising. The jealousy around your photos and online presence is about to intensify, and the reason connects back to those early walking away victories I mentioned. Every toxic person you removed from your life is watching your rise from the sidelines, realizing they could have been part of something incredible if they hadn't shown their true colors. Their regret is fueling their attempts to diminish your success. They're going to try new tactics to bring you down. Expect accusations of being fake, basic, or trying too hard. They'll criticize your choices, from your coffee preferences to your fashion sense, hoping to trigger insecurity. These attacks will come from people who wish they had your courage to live authentically. Your response to these provocations will determine how quickly your next level unfolds. Wait until you hear about the sophisticated coordination behind these attacks and what digital forensics experts have discovered. Also coming up, the radical simplicity strategy that's about to become your most powerful tool, and the negotiation discovery that's making corporate executives take notice. The sophisticated nature of these upcoming attacks suggests coordination among multiple people who see you as a threat. They're not just random trolls. These are individuals who understand your market and are specifically targeting your perceived weaknesses. The fact that they feel the need to organize against you is a compliment to your growing influence. The strategy that's about to serve you best is radical simplicity. Say less, do more. Let results speak for themselves. When people come for you, your silence will be more powerful than any defense. They're expecting you to engage, to explain yourself, to justify your choices. Instead, you'll let them exhaust themselves while you focus on building something they could never imagine. This approach requires a level of self-confidence that most people never develop. You're operating from such a secure foundation that external opinions literally cannot penetrate your peace. This unshakable center becomes magnetic to the right people and repellent to those who would waste your time. Start asking for what you deserve without over-explaining why you're worthy of it. This might feel uncomfortable at first because you've been conditioned to make yourself small, to keep others comfortable. The time for that is over. Whether it's a raise, better treatment, or simply having your needs met, approach these conversations with the confidence of someone who knows their value. Recent negotiations you've handled demonstrate this principle perfectly. Where others might have prepared lengthy justifications for their requests, you stated your needs clearly and allowed the other party to respond. This direct approach not only saved time, actually increased respect for your position. Corporate executives are taking note of your negotiation style because it achieves better outcomes with less conflict than traditional approaches. Business schools are beginning to study your methods as examples of authentic leadership in action. Your spiritual connection gives you access to favor that others can't explain. Opportunities appear, doors open, Connections happen in ways that seem too convenient to be coincidence. This isn't luck, it's the universe responding to your alignment. You've been operating from integrity for so long that the cosmic forces have no choice to support your mission. Synchronicities in your life have become so frequent that friends are starting to joke about your magical ability to be in the right place at the right time. These moments aren't accidents. They're the result of your consistent choices to honor your intuition and maintain high vibrational standards. Probability statisticians would be fascinated by the frequency of favorable outcomes you experience. The odds of so many positive coincidences occurring randomly are astronomically low, suggesting forces beyond chance are influencing your path. The empire you're building will be unlike anything others in your field have created. Where they focus on quick wins and viral moments, you're constructing something with lasting value. Your multiple income streams will create the freedom to define your own schedule, work from anywhere, and never again tolerate toxic work environments. This isn't a fantasy. It's an inevitable result of the foundation you've been laying. Business analysts studying successful online entrepreneurs are identifying your approach as a new model that prioritizes sustainability over rapid scaling. This methodology is proving more resilient during market fluctuations and creates deeper customer loyalty than traditional growth strategies. Economic researchers are finding that businesses built on your principles maintain profitability even during industry downturns. The authentic connections you create generate customer loyalty that withstands competitive pressure and market volatility. Now prepare yourself for the transformation revelation that's confusing people who knew you before, plus the photography discovery that's making you more compelling than filtered perfection. People are starting to see you differently, and it's making them uncomfortable. You stick out everywhere you go, not because you're trying to be noticed, because authentic power is impossible to hide. Even when you try to blend in, your energy announces itself. This visibility comes with responsibility. You're becoming a living example of what's possible when someone refuses to settle. The transformation in how others perceive you isn't just about external changes. It's about energy shifts that occurred when you fully embraced your worth. People who knew you before this evolution are sometimes confused by your new presence, unable to reconcile their old impressions with your current reality. Sociologists studying personal transformation identify your journey as a textbook example of authentic self-actualization. The changes in your demeanor and presence reflect internal shifts that can't be faked or manufactured. Your face tells stories of resilience. Maybe there are small scars from childhood adventures or accidents that remind you of your strength. These marks aren't flaws, they're evidence of a life fully lived, of someone who wasn't afraid to take risks and learn from experience. People might not even notice these details, but they contribute to an overall impression of someone who has depth and character. Photography experts have noted how these subtle imperfections actually make you more photogenic, not less. In an age of filtered perfection, authentic faces with character stand out in ways that generate deeper emotional responses from viewers. Portrait artists and photographers specifically request to work with faces that tell stories. Your features create compelling visual narratives that resonate with audiences tired of artificial perfection. The way you style your hair consistently draws compliments because you understand what works for your features and energy. You don't follow trends blindly, you adapt them to express your unique essence. This approach to personal style reflects a deeper wisdom about knowing yourself and honoring what feels authentic rather than what others expect. Hairstylists are starting to request photos of your looks as reference points for other clients. Your ability to make any style look intentional and polished has created a signature aesthetic that others want to emulate. Beauty schools are using your photos in courses about working with natural texture and bone structure. Your instinctive Understanding of what flatters you demonstrates principles that take professionals years to learn. Get ready for the productivity revelation that's making management consultants incorporate your principles into corporate training. Plus, the character attack backfire that's about to increase trust in your brand while exposing your enemies. Desperation. Your work ethic sets you apart, not in the way most people think. While others pride themselves on grinding endlessly, you've discovered the power of strategic effort. You understand that working smarter often produces better results than working harder. This efficiency frustrates people who mistake busyness for productivity. Productivity experts studying high performers have identified your time management approach as remarkably effective. You accomplish more in focused sessions than others do in full days because you've eliminated activities that don't serve your larger goals. Management consultants are incorporating your efficiency principles into corporate training programs. Your natural ability to prioritize and execute is becoming a model for organizational effectiveness. The upcoming attacks on your character will actually serve as confirmation that you're on the right path. They'll try to make you look demonic or manipulative, projecting their own shadow onto your light. These accusations will backfire spectacularly because anyone who knows you can see the disconnect between their claims and your character. Let them waste their energy on fiction while you focus on building facts. The contrast between their accusations and your actual character will become so obvious that neutral observers will start questioning their motives. This transparency will actually increase trust in your brand while exposing their desperation. Now for the final revelation, the university study that's examining your community building approach, the training exercise discovery that connects all your walking away victories, and the cosmic moment that's about to change everything. Your growing audience isn't just about numbers, it's about influence. The people following your journey see something in you that inspires them to believe in their own potential. This responsibility isn't a burden. It's a privilege that comes with your chosen status. You're not just building a personal brand. You're creating a movement of people who refuse to settle for less than they deserve. Community leaders and social change advocates are taking notice of the organic movement forming around your message. The engagement quality and real-world actions your content inspires suggest influence that extends far beyond digital metrics. Universities are beginning to study your community-building approach as a case study in authentic leadership and social impact. The organic growth and genuine engagement you generate represent a new paradigm in digital influence. All those walking away victories weren't random acts of self-preservation. They were training exercises for this moment when you'd need unshakable confidence to handle success. Every boundary you set, every toxic person you removed, every uncomfortable situation you left behind was building your capacity to hold space for something much bigger. The gate is swinging open for a bold step forward that will require you to leave behind any remaining training wheels. Everything you've experienced has prepared you for this moment when you'll need to trust your instincts completely. The light shining down on you isn't just recognition, it's illumination of the path forward. Your destiny includes taking center stage in whatever field calls to you. Whether that's motivational speaking, creative arts, entrepreneurship, or something entirely unexpected, you're meant to be seen and heard. The stage isn't just waiting for you, it's been built specifically for your message and energy. The people who tried to dim your light are about to witness something that will change their perspective forever. Not because you need their validation, because your success will stand as undeniable proof that authenticity wins in the end. You walked away, you won, and now you're about to blow everyone away all over again. This is your time, chosen one. The universe has been conspiring in your favor, clearing the path for your inevitable rise. Trust the process, embrace your power, and prepare to step into the extraordinary life